Sister.
Hey girl, hey. Let me guess, you got a word.
Sure do.
I'll meet you at Bayroom. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bayroom, where we talk about all things Black love, Black relationships, Black friendships, all things Black. If you like that, please subscribe to our YouTube at bay.room, Instagram bay.room, TikTok, etc. We have a special guest with us here today.
Introduce yourself first.
Oh, my name's Deja,
I'm
as
Elisa.
if you know.
Welcome to Bayroom. Today we have Brumman in the building.
First of all,
Not you.
y'all said, hold on, y'all said it's a Black show for... Guys, I'm Mexican.
This nigga. You look Mexican.
You might have passed.
You could
You
definitely
might have to go to hell.
You might have passed with that Snapple.
You've been
No.
pushing.
With that Snapple.
Listen,
No.
y'all.
You might have passed.
She's been coming for me because I
And
got
then
a
the
lead.
Carhartt jacket is given what you
looking
call
like a
it? It's
cholo.
given it's given
essay, yeah,
essay
yeah.
for sure. Was that the vibe today?
No.
Wait,
You guys
I
said
don't
we're
think
gonna
we
keep
can
it
say that.
cute. Wait, we can't
We
say
can
what?
absolutely say essay.
Essay?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Essay,
Ocho
paragraph.
Yes.
no,
Wait, paragraph.
whatever the fuck, vato,
I'm
Not
dead.
Vato.
come get me home.
She's trying to be
PC.
yeah, she's trying to
Absolutely. Absolutely, I am.
she don't want to get caught up.
And I will not.
I'm dead.
All right. Well, y'all,
What are we talking about today?
we're going to get into locker room talk
Locker room talk,
today.
okay.
Yeah, the girlies got questions.
Y'all got questions.
Got
Yes.
questions.
So you mean the Instagram podcast ain't answering y'all questions for y'all yet?
I
No.
don't watch those.
You
So
don't watch
okay,
those?
disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
I don't know if you've tuned into any of our episodes, but this is Instagram has this like gender war going on.
It's disgusting.
So the purpose of Bayroom is to heal the space between Black men and Black women.
oh, we're here to heal.
We're here to heal, but
You got the wrong.
no, this episode is actually special. You're retarded. This episode's a little different because while we do want to heal, part of healing is the truth, getting
Okay.
the truth, the raw, honest truth. And so this isn't like a gender war situation, but we want the raw and honest truth from a male's perspective.
First of all, I want to say thank you guys for having me, for reaching out. I genuinely
course.
appreciate it. I love what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
I love the message and the positivity that you guys are trying to spread, and especially with what you said, where you're bringing in the sense of community between Black people, because I'm tired of seeing it's but so many 50-50 dates. It's but so many
The same ass
arguing.
conversations.
It's but so many arguments that we can have to tear down the community. So it's just good to see a healthy podcast, because podcasts, I don't care what anybody says, they're very necessary. We don't need to defund any mics. You just need to stop internalizing everything and making it your own.
Right.
You feel me?
Exactly.
Take from what you can, from what you're hearing. You feel
Right.
me? If it don't apply, let it fly.
Let it fly.
Period.
That's
But
a
this is a
fact.
podcast where everything is going to apply and everything going to fly, because we about healing over here.
Yeah, we
So
trying to
thank y'all
heal
again.
with a little bit of toxicity today
Oh my God.
because I got questions.
I got answers.
Deja, I got questions because my girlfriends,
Shit.
some of the experiences, they've been having with these niggas. And like the mindset and the things y'all talk about amongst each other, like
Disclaimer, men ain't shit. I'm the first to say that. Disclaimer, women ain't shit either. And I'm not gonna lie, I was so naive to a lot of the stories that I was like, I'm gonna give it to you for a perfect example. Whenever I would hear dark-skinned women say, men would openly say they do not like dark-skinned women, I could not, I'll be like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all are not saying this. Like, no man is saying this.
they're either saying it with their words or they making.
I'm not even gonna take the Chris Brown approach. I'm not gonna let your actions dictate it. I need to hear it.
Period, yeah.
You feel me? I need to hear it. So I never believed it, because until one day I heard it leave
crazy.
a black man's mouth.
Crazy.
And I sat there and
What did he say?
I was like, he said, nah, I can't fuck with her. She too dark for me.
Not
I
too
said,
dark.
Wait, was this amongst other men?
Yeah.
This is the purpose of the conversation today.
Yo.
I said,
This is the
But
perfect
that's just
story.
crazy that like
I couldn't believe he said it.
yeah, I'm baffled that I'm even hearing it from a person that
I'm
was
like-
not even involved.
I'm like, wait, you mean I'm like, wait, you mean mind you, he's brown skin.
But yeah,
It's
so your
always
mama,
the brown
I
skin.
said, hold on, his father, I said, hold on.
Somebody
mother-
brown in that
everybody
family.
brown. I said,
somebody preferred it.
I couldn't believe it.
What the fuck? Like
And he said it, but the way he said it, like, it was a hyper way, but it was like kind of like laughable.
He was confident.
like locker room talk.
But
Like
Exactly.
chitty
I
chatty.
heard it again
In the same conversation?
from somebody else. I was in the gym, and this dude said it, and like somebody they pointed to a girl in the gym. It's like, nah, son, she too black for me. I said. He said, I don't like dark shit. I don't like no
2024.
black women. He said, I like my women light. Light is right.
The self-hate.
I
It gives
said-
self-hate. Was he black?
They're
Brown.
always black.
Brown.
Brown. I'm gonna throw myself underneath the bus. My father used to have a saying, we raise them light on my farm. My father.
That's that slave shit.
My father.
And it directly really is. Like it gives
Yeah.
I can't let me get a
preferred
good glimpse of
treatment
your
because I'm
complexion.
traumatized.
My father's a little bit lighter than her. My father's lighter than
Still
her.
brown skin.
Still brown skin. He used to say we raise them. That was his say. I would like if I was talking about women and things like that and things that I was interested in. He'd be like, we raise them light on my farm, boy. Like
That's deep.
fuck.
That's deep.
That's crazy.
My mother experienced that too. My family, so my dad is Cuban,
Okay.
but Cubans are black
Yeah.
for the most part. But his mom is like a lighter, more fair skinned woman. And my mother told me the story that when she came home with him to meet his family, the first thing that they said was like, "Oh, he got himself a nigga. Like he got himself a they said say nigga in Spanish, but like he got himself a black girl, a black chick." And it's like, are y'all not black yourselves? And my father is like a little bit darker than me, like a tiny bit darker than me. He's brown skin. His father is like dark. So the self-hate is real.
Colorism has I have zero tolerance for colorism.
Yeah.
It stems from my mother. My mother is very light. My mother's lighter than me. My mother's very, very light. And my aunts are dark skinned.
Wow.
Mind you, my mother's a twin.
Oh wow.
Oh, so one is
So one's light as snow, the
Oh
other's
wow.
dark.
oh my gosh.
And then my other
Treatment.
aunt is dark. My grandfather was dark. Well, when I say dark, brown. My grandmother's brown. So my mother is literally the only light skin. And my mother was ostracized pretty much her entire life.
Yo.
You feel me? And it grew she almost grew a disdain for the family because the way they would talk about her and the things that they would say and like the bright one, the red one, the light one. This is somebody's child, and this is not even somebody's child. This is your direct family.
And it's a person.
I remember when I was 5 years old, my cousins told me I couldn't play with them because I was light skinned. I never forget we was at my
That's
Aunt
crazy.
Cookie's
And I'm like,
barbecue.
you fucking hater.
And they was like, here's how it started. They said, you can't play with us because he's like, you can't play with us because you don't got an earring.
An earring.
I ain't have an earring. Like, all of them had their ears pierced and I ain't have my ears pierced. So I'm like, all right, what the fuck really going
Right,
on?
like,
Why y'all really mad?
What you really mad for? And then they was like, nah, you really can't play with us because you light skinned.
Nah, you really can't. Like, nah, the
That's
real reason
wild.
The real reason
Like-
is, so I've always experienced,
Yo,
I know this causes a very large argument.
Yeah, with light skin versus dark
Light skin versus
yeah,
dark
yeah.
skin. No, I don't like to play who had the biggest battle. I know who won.
There's light skin privilege for sure, but that doesn't mean that we don't also experience.
I've experienced my own form of
kind
racism.
Right,
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's in the masses, it will never compare to what my darker brothers and
Right.
sisters have experienced.
Exactly.
but you still get
But
it.
I still experience
Yes.
my own, and it doesn't
Just-
take away from my story.
And you're a
Right.
black man.
Exactly.
So yeah,
You feel me?
that's a fact. We going somewhere. Whew,
So
No,
I have
totally
when I tell you I have zero tolerance.
No,
I
yeah.
have zero tolerance for colorism. It does not exist. I can't.
and it's
I can't,
stupid.
I cannot
Like, what the
tolerate
fuck
it.
are you talking about?
Like what?
Yeah.
What are you? That's what, like when women say you acting like a light skinned nigga. What?
No, I say that.
I'm not even. See,
triggered?
now that triggers. That triggers. That really because I'm acting my skin complexion.
Like, I don't really say it.
No,
I
so
don't really say it, but sometimes I be
there's
like,
a
yo, that's
jokey-
some like Elisa sent me a video of
Wait.
Central C What, you know the rapper?
Is he even black?
And I was like, well, he got a lot of stuff. He's not black. I wouldn't identify. If you got to check a box on a paper, like, no.
Probably think like Saudi or something.
He's like Chinese, Irish, some other.
Yeah.
But
Wow,
she
you
sent me
did your
that, and I was like,
research.
oh, no, I did.
She loves.
She sent me that video, and I was like, oh, that's some light-skinned ass shit.
You see it?
Okay,
Now take the flip roll. Imagine if
that's some dark skin ass
that's some
shit.
dark skin ass shit. What?
But that's like people just being like, listen, there's stereotypes. There's some truth to some stereotypes.
It's all in the individual. Because girls will always I used to have a girl always say, she'd be like, yo, I love you so much because you act like such a dark skinned nigga. And it's like, because I don't act light skinned. I'm like,
no, I think dark skin.
you associate dark skin with strength, aggression, masculinity, toughness, and you put light skin with soft, Al B. Shore, John B.
I'll be sure we give an example.
The R&B
that type of shit, you feel me? That's cool.
It goes deep.
That's cool.
It really runs deep.
But all in all, for male and women, I just can't tolerate it. It bothers me because you're literally just tearing. You're adding another wedge in what you're trying to
It's stupid.
Bring together. Yeah,
And you look dumb.
You're gonna tell me black
Like,
love.
what are we arguing about?
You're literally gonna sit here and tell me black love, but I don't like your shade of black.
Yeah, like it's.
You're just creating a bigger distance and a bigger gap. Now, don't get me wrong. Preference.
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, you can have a preference.
You can have a preference, and I don't even speak publicly about
I don't think you should. It's nobody's business.
I'm a Chris Brown this shit. You just gonna see me with what you see me with.
Right.
And what I choose to reproduce with.
You just gonna see where I'm at. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I swear to God, dark skinned women have such a love for Chris Brown, and it hurts him that he does not love them. I see it all the time. He
might love them privately.
He might
love them privately. Everybody, you know.
I'll tell y'all a little bit. I'll tell you the stories.
You have stories?
I'll tell you the stories from behind the scenes.
Yeah, he love them privately. But I like.
All right, not too much on Chris.
I like. I love Chris Brown. My mom loves Chris Brown.
I'm obsessed, but I don't want to make this about him.
Us dark skin. I consider myself to be. I know people wouldn't consider me to be dark skin in the grand scheme of things. I do consider myself to be dark skin.
You're brown skin,
like darker skin. Like I'm gonna always rep the set. I'm black. Like. And I'm dark skin. Like should. So
when they come wrangle our asses up,
I'm first one.
We're all in the same.
I tell my fiance, yo, my fiance gonna be pissed that I'm saying this shit.
You might be
in
the front though.
You're gonna be you might, and you might get better treatment, or you might be at the top level with a boat where you get the nice, view. But I tell my fiance all the time,
that light skin shit.
Because when you're passing, like my fiance is Dominican, but he's light. So, like, in real life, if we were back in the not the 70s, sorry, excuse me, I'm not a historian.
No, I'm not a historian.
But if we were 50s, back then
60s.
where you were passing, he'd pass. And then I'd be the black one. Like, I'd be like, my daughter might pass. Like, it'd be like that. And I joke with him because I'd be like, yo, you're passing. Like, you get me in places. Like, I'd be laughing with him.
But he got locks.
But that's the only differentiation. But, like, so he clearly looks ethnic, right? Like, he
definitely looks ethnic.
Yeah, he has locks. Long locks. Yeah.
How did you get here?
And he speaks Spanish. But I'm like, aside from that, just cut that hair off, boy. Cut that facial hair. You pass it. You getting me in places. Like, I'm drinking at the water fountain with you.
That's a fact.
So
you stupid.
It's just funny because it's like, that's really real, though. And that's really what people have experienced. Like, black people having to pass for our skin when, like, black women were used to breastfeed the white babies. So you couldn't really hate me. You couldn't really hate me. We get into something different, but it gets me upset. It gets me mad. Like, because you couldn't really hate me if you let me feed your babies with my body, the milk my body made, but we on to something else.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Onto something totally different.
So with that being said, because what you just brought up about you hearing that in a circle of men, are men their true selves? Do you feel like men are their true selves around women?
Can I give you some context to that question a little bit? There's this idea that, especially when a man wants to pursue you as a woman, you're not going to get his true authentic self off rip. Like, men, a lot of times, especially when it comes to like pretty women, when they're in spaces with like pretty women and things like that, like they don't always present themselves as their authentic selves. There's a conversation around that. And so there's also this conversation about whether or not we get to really know men for who they really are because of how they present.
Okay, there's a lot of ways that can be broken down into. For number one, the first one I'll go with intent. What is my intent for what is my intent for the women in this room? Am I trying to see a relationship with you? Am I just trying to get in and get out? You feel me? Depending on what I'm trying to do, if that's just with just humans, period. If I'm trying to get in and get out, I'm gonna show you the best. I'm gonna give you my best face. You feel me? I'm gonna look $1 million smile. But if I'm trying to show you like a little bit more of who I am and like the real, like this is what you will be stepping into in a public or private setting, then you're more than likely to get the real person. You feel me?
You think that's universal though for
that's
guys?
Universal. Yeah, that's universal with both sexes.
Yeah, I could see.
I would see that with both sexes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
You don't got that one friend who just start doing weird shit whenever niggas is around?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's my first thought. It's not even the men for me. For that question, it's the women.
You feel me? Like
Bitches.
So it's like
women.
And you want to know what's crazy? Men don't
gonna edit
pick
that
up
out. I
on
don't
it.
like that.
We don't know.
And I feel like it's the same. Like women are so naive to like the game.
I would never know what.
That's
a girl
why you're
is
here
doing.
to put us on.
Oh. If you think I'm stitching my niggas out, you got like fucked up. For
Yeah,
free.
the first thing he said to me on the phone, "Oh, you want me to snitch?" And I'm like,
Yeah, let us know. I mean, yeah.
something like that. Something like that.
I could give you some insight that could, because I want to see I want to see everybody end up happily in love. So I could give you insight on a little innies, you feel me? But I feel like most men, it's like I said, it's really all about intent. You feel me? It's really where you're trying to go with this, where you're trying to go with it. The second thing was shit, I forgot what the second thing was.
No, that's what it was. Like, are men their true selves?
No, he had a
around.
second-
I had a second.
Oh, you had a
example,
second thought.
second point, but the biggest one that it's literally just men. I'm trying to think of a time where a man really isn't himself. Like I can say I've done.
You got a date?
No, well, all right. Are we talking about
Okay, so you never been like you never
one-on-one
hung
or
out.
social?
What you mean?
Like one-on-one with the person or in a social
Yo,
setting?
in a social setting.
Either way.
Everything. Like, you ever been around? Like, so I have very few guy friends. Like, I don't really have any guy friends. Any guy friends that I've ever had, because I've been in relationships, they're cut off because they either tried to shoot their shot
Really?
or I
I
don't have any
guy friends.
You don't have any platonic male friends?
No.
zero. I had one.
Bestie.
I mean, I don't know. I wish I did.
One
but I
really.
guess
I talked about this before. I had one really good friend. We were friends for like 5 years, and I was in a relationship. He was in a relationship when we first met. He seen me through a couple relationships. After my last relationship,
You tried it?
yes, he tried it in a major, in a very crazy way. Like he like.
My nigga.
He pulled up
He
and was on some like, I want to do this. Like, I like you. I'm feeling you. We're friends for 5 years, strictly platonic. Done been in my house, chilled, all that. And so it makes me feel like, was this friendship even authentic? Do I even know you? Like, because you know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like men try to like, they don't keep it a buck all the time. Like, they're not their true authentic selves. And I'm not even talking about in relationship. I'm talking about like,
Just
in
generally.
friendships, when you're getting to know them, especially like in friendships, like in the back of their head, like they got that ulterior motive. They're waiting for, for that open door.
You got
I feel like a lot of us experience that.
I do hear a lot of women experience that, and because I've never been in, it's kind of hard for me to even speak on it because I'm a straight shooter.
Right.
You feel me?
What's so funny?
I ain't about to sell myself down the river. Fuck that. But
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not throwing myself under the bus. You crazy? I'm out the game, but I'm a straight shooter.
Okay.
You feel me? I'm not gonna try to befriend you You know when the conversation is happening and like you're playing that cute little friend game, like, or probably like throw that, oh yeah, you probably with your boyfriend type shit trying to see what, like that little cute friend trying to see if she gonna bite the bait, like, I ain't got no man, my bitch now. You feel me? Kind of one of you feel me? Kind of one of them situations. But nah, I don't. That's the only thing that I could think of. But I've never tried to like any of my. If I call you my homegirl, because I try to create a safe space for women. Period. Especially, I come from I'm the only male in my family. I'm pretty much the only male in my family. So anything that goes wrong, and they're all strong, but anything that goes wrong on a certain level, it comes directly to me.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I have to be the safe space for I have to harbor all of these women. You feel me? So I try to translate that and carry that into friendships, into whatever interaction that I have to have with women, especially black women.
Yeah.
You feel me? I want to make sure you always feel safe and comfortable around. There's nothing that makes me feel better than a woman saying she felt safe, protected, and comfortable around me.
That's amazing.
Most
men are not like that. Most men are not like that. And you know what, too? Like, I think it also depends. Like, our experiences are changing because we're getting older, right? So a lot of these experiences that at least I've had, you know, were in my younger years, like in my 20s. Now I'm entering 30. You know, the guys that I've encountered before, you guys are all men now. So it's like the energy might be shifting a little bit. Like, we'll see. But for the most part, like, guys are just like they just don't present as like genuine and authentic. It's more so like, you know?
Okay, so with what you just was, I feel like you was trying to go down was you trying to piggyback off of what I said about feeling safe and men protect?
Because even with that though, because even making us feel safe, like I felt safe in my friendship.
Okay.
We chilled together. I never felt like anything could ever happen. He would ever like try anything. But then, 5 years later.
But I wonder if that was just development. Like, a part of me wonders
if it just happened over time.
Because
did you wake up one morning and was like,
because he could have easily been like, deceiving you. Because like when you don't show up as your true self, I call that deception. There's no other way to call it. Or he could have gotten to know you over 5 years and seen how you were in relationships.
Oh my God.
And then like imagine the relationship he's in. And I'm not giving him like, we don't know, right? But people get to know you.
Maybe I should have asked more questions.
Maybe because I had a guy tell me like I watched how hard you fought for a guy, and that turned me on. Yeah. So before that, you were not turned on, but you witnessed something. Now that makes you and so you weren't deceiving me. You were fully honest up until that point, but then that sparked something in you, and he had somebody.
Wow, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, bestie.
Right? Because
everything doesn't have to be. A lot of men do lie. Yeah, I don't really want to curse on him. My mom watches that. But a lot of men do lie. Like, they are. And I do call that deception. Because you are lying. When you don't show up genuinely in the beginning, you are deceiving me. Why are you not showing up genuinely? You're grown. You pay bills? Why are you showing up disingenuous? But I think developmentally, like, especially 5 years, imagine what he's witnessed of you. Like, he probably saw something he liked over time. So in the beginning, he wasn't interested because you guys were friends. But he got into a relationship too, but he's watching you in one. Y'all probably different women. You never know. See, with me, once I put you in that category, there's nothing that you can do.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I
don't necessarily believe that, though.
I can't, there's nothing that can sexually attract me to you. Like, once I put you in that, once I look at you as my man.
You had to have always felt like there was some type of door open, or you had to, from the jump, like it had to have always been a thought.
It would have to been like, I had to be sitting one of my mans and they be like, yo, boy, you a fucker? And be like, I don't know, maybe. Once you hit with the I don't know, maybe, then that's kind of the door.
I don't know.
Niggas had that. Niggas had that.
I can see that being like a type of personality trait of yours. Because you're a straight shooter. So, like, immediately, like, you have a boundary. But to some men that are growing, like, you like, imagine, like, you have a friend for 5 years, but y'all are, like, 18, 19, 20. Like, he's coming into his own, too.
Young.
Like, it's not about, I haven't seen you that way. I don't know what I've seen. I've had one relationship.
And a
Making me
lot
feel
of things
bad.
she was lacking.
You gotta feel bad because
I hope you feel like shit. Jonathan thinks she's sorry.
I don't think she's sorry either. But I don't think you have to feel bad because it is a disappointment. Like,
no, the only reason why I feel like I could have handled it a little bit better, because also the way that it was presented could have been handled better, because it was very aggressive. But I feel like I could have created a space for like that conversation to be had, so I can even just understand his feelings.
Yeah.
Let me explain something.
It's true.
There's a lot of so in one of my very first relationships, you feel me? That is probably the most apologetic that I've ever been in my life. You feel me? That's one of the most things that I'm most apologetic for, is that relationship. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Because of who the person I was in that relationship. A lot of us in this when we started learning with this social media age, we started overusing this word of toxic. When we learned what the word toxic was, we was ODing. Mm-hmm. So we were sitting here calling ourselves, I had this ex in high school, he was toxic. Mm-hmm. I had this ex in college, we were 19, we were toxic. Mm-hmm. We were 22 and toxic. We weren't toxic. We were fucking growing.
Yeah.
We didn't know who we were. We didn't know what was going on. Right. Mm-hmm. We had completely different perspectives. We were literally sexually attracted to each other, and we were sexually attracted to each other, but we were not mentally stimulated.
Right, and tried to make a relationship
out of it. And we tried to make a relationship out of this. Mm-hmm. This nigga potting. You feel me? And we tried to make that mesh. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And we didn't even know what we were doing. We wasn't toxic. We just didn't understand each other.
You were growing and learning and young.
We were growing and learning. Yeah. You feel me? So you can't beat down. So now what we've been doing is lately, for a point, well, it's starting to die down for this age group. We were beating ourselves down, like we get out on the internet and beat ourselves down for who we were, what we were doing, and how we may have handled certain situations. Mm-hmm. When you literally, this is one of those moments in life where you literally have to say, I have to give myself grace. This is the moment where you use that word, I have to give myself grace.
Yeah.
You have to.
It's true.
Not being 36 years old working at Target. You don't give yourself grace for that. I'm sorry.
But entering in a different chapter in your life, into your 30s, and realizing that, you could have handled things differently, or, for sure.
Yeah, so you have to.
Maybe I'll reach out.
I think it's the guilt.
Yeah, but I don't think you should do that.
It's the guilt of now knowing how you could have handled the situation that starts eating up at
regret,
you.
Yeah.
But you literally just have to sit back and just say, I have to grow from this.
And you gotta get it there.
And do it differently next time. Yeah. And I think that the power is in what you learn from it and what you do moving forward.
Absolutely.
It's not necessarily.
Because if you don't change, you fucked up.
Yeah, no, if you don't change, you're an asshole. But if you change and learn from it, you're an asshole.
That perspective that you just gave, I never thought about it like that.
Because everybody's not malicious. I'm learning that now, though, at this big age. Because
I don't think everyone's malicious, but men are calculated.
No, men are calculating.
And it's like,
they are.
My whole thing is, I started having...
Where's the grace?
No, y'all are very calculating.
I started having not flashbacks, but like I started, like, hindsight is 20/20, right? So I started thinking about different conversations and about like different things that I was noticing, and I'm like, this makes sense now, because at the time maybe I was being naive, and at the time maybe I was like sweeping it under the rug. Like, my ex at the time told me, like, he definitely likes you. Like, this is not your friend. I'm just like, no, you're tripping. We've been friends for 3 years. At that point, it was like 3 years.
What do you feel like was some of the hints that made him say that? What were some of the actions that he would do?
I mean, he was just insecure. He was just one of those guys that was going to find something about everyone.
No, not your ex. You're talking about your ex-friend. Like, what was he doing that would make that guy say that?
That's what I'm saying. I think that guy said that because he was insecure and just thought that every guy that was around me
every guy was
had an ulterior motive. But there were things, like I was saying, like I was thinking about hindsight being 20/20. Like, okay, this makes sense now. Like, this kind of conversation, like, maybe this is starting to make sense. So, that is a great perspective to have. And I think that at the end of the day, like, you have to give people, you have to give people the benefit of the doubt, especially when you care for them. So, like, this is a person that I really cared for.
Right,
we
when
were
you
friends.
care for them.
I should have definitely been like, you know, but I was freshly out of a relationship. I was just on some, and I was just very turned off.
Yeah, and you were going through your own shit. Like,
yeah,
that's also your lens on that situation was through your.
I never, the last episode I talked about, I didn't talk about like the details. Right? I felt mad uncomfortable.
It definitely makes the female super more uncomfortable because it was like, yo, there's a million niggas in this. When I walk out my apartment, 5 niggas gonna try to talk to me. When I get to the train, 10 more niggas gonna try to talk to me.
Why'd you do that?
Before I even link up with you, 100 niggas have tried to talk to me.
Right.
And you were literally the one person I knew who I can feel safe with outside of my partner.
Exactly.
And you just stripped that of me.
Yeah, you just.
So it's more so women.
It feels like an entitlement thing.
Women is. I feel for women with that. You took that away from me. You feel me? I've had girls like take their friendship away from me because they couldn't get what they wanted from me, and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, it's trifling.
Like, I'm very big on friendship. You
have a lot of female friends, like close female friends.
Not as much as I used to. You know, growing as you grow up, life changes. You feel me? But I would say I was somebody who did have a lot of female friends, a lot of female acquaintances,
like close platonic. friends.
Straight. Listen, if you my mans, you my mans. I'm not trying no funny shit with you. You feel me?
That's very rare. I wish I did.
When I want fuck,
you gonna let it be known?
I'm not gonna let it be known. But you gonna know.
Okay. You mentioned something before though. You said that if you you have a female friend, you look at them one way and you're not attracted to them that way unless you were talking in your friend group and saying like blah 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 blah. Like, you know, like unless you let it be known to your boys or whoever, like, oh, would you fuck or would you not?
I think he was trying to say like that would kind of be the vibe.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the only way. Like that's the only way that I could see a male like. It would that'll be the foundation of that thought process.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
so being that is where the space you would like let that be known. Are there boundaries like within those type of conversations with your friends about women in general, and then about like the woman you're in a relationship with?
So okay, so
I want to know. No, but
when you're in a relationship. So this question is more so about like when you're in a relationship, do you have boundaries?
I want to know when you're in one and when you're not in one. I think
boundaries with a guy that's single.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I want to know both because when you're in a relationship, the answer should be yes. What is the answer when you're not in a relationship? Are there any boundaries with what you say about women, what you talk about with your friends?
Oh, with my mans?
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
When you're not in one. Because when you're in one, obviously yes.
No. Oh my God.
When you're in one, that's my safe place. That's our safe place.
So when you're in a relationship, there's also no boundaries with what you talk about with your friends.
I won't be speaking about. I won't be. No. Okay, so I ain't gonna hold you. You talking to a different type of man. So you gotta give us.
I'm very.
Okay, on a general. All right, so let me extract myself out this situation. For most men, it's going to be our safe place is our safe place. You feel my man's is my safe place. So in my safe place, I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna pop my big one. I'm gonna talk about which girl got the fat ass, which bitch got the nice titties, which girl got the beautiful smile.
When you're single.
In a relationship or when I'm single.
Okay, this is why we need to.
So you need to ask a question because you have your own context. Because to me, the simple answer would have been yes. There's boundaries with my friend group when I'm in a relationship talking about women and I have a girl.
No, he just said no.
No, I'm saying that would have been my answer.
Wait, what?
That would have been the thought process for me.
Give me an example.
You just said no. You answered the question, but to me, I would think like in your friend group when you're in a relationship, you'd have boundaries with what you say. So naturally, that's my thought. But you just said no.
We can't. So when y'all are in a relationship and an attractive man walks into the club, you're like, bitch, that nigga.
Okay,
fine.
That's a little bit different.
Let's
wait.
No, time out. Deja,
that's a little bit different.
Deja, this is why I wanted to set the stage for this question because there's a lot to unpack.
Unpack this shit.
So
I think that's a little bit different.
No.
Oh, because you think we're irresponsible with our behavior to go move on the impulse.
No.
That's what I'm getting. No. Yo, bestie? I don't know. Other bestie? Get your nut off.
Okay,
say what you gotta say.
Listen, okay. I know that first of all, the conversation amongst men when it comes to women, like I know y'all be chatting. Y'all just be
Yes.
chatting it up.
Yes.
Nasty, raw, uncut, just like disrespectful.
Damn, why does that's how you feel?
Okay, so Deja wanted to know if there was boundaries
Seems like
single,
there's not.
but my question is like, okay, cool, but once you enter into a relationship, are there any boundaries? And we can like give more scenarios towards the end and get into that, or you want to just do the scenarios right now
Might as
while
well
we're
do the
here?
scenarios right now.
Right here?
Yes.
Okay. For example, let's say there's a girl at your job who sleeps around with people, right? Let's say there was a guy, you know, who got some head from her, you know, after he drove her home or something like that, right?
Look me with the call.
Her face is killing me. And you know, you joking with your friend through text message and you're like, oh, you know, you think if I gave Shorty a ride, she'd give me some head, and you have a girlfriend.
Okay, now
Is he bugging, or is that
he's bugging
locker room talk?
Wait, who asked the question?
Okay. So let's say there's. Did you get the?
I got the
background?
story, but who asked? Do you think if I
So
give
the
her a
guy
ride
in the
home?
relationship
Asked that question.
is like chatting, you know, making a joke out of the fact that this girl gave head to someone else for a ride, right? And so what if like he's making a joke about it with a friend, talking about, oh, you think if I gave Shorty a ride, she give me some head, like jokingly. Is that a joke, or
that's a I'm just saying. That's kind of like, I know they ain't think I'm about to finish this whole Snapple right now.
Not the
So
leader.
he's tripping. If he's in a relationship, he's tripping.
Yeah, because now you're
That's
you're
OD.
insinuating, you're openly. It's a different thing. Like, boy, I drive it. It's the difference between saying, boy, I drive this bitch home and get some neck right now. That's a joke.
Versus like,
Yo, you think?
Well, no,
'Cause
okay,
now
so
you
maybe the tone that I said it in is not. I'm talking about like in a joking tone, like,
yeah, like, yo, boy, you think if I no, because it's a little I'm just saying and that I'm just
Yeah.
playing. He's kind of like
Right.
trying to, I don't want to say get verification, but it's kind of like he's trying to like.
but what? So what would be? But is it appropriate to joke about something like that in general at all?
No. Well, not in that tone.
So what would be an appropriate tone?
That's what I'm saying. And there was no boundaries before, so now we have a boundary.
The appropriate told me like, boy, I'm about to drop this bitch. The appropriate says to me like, boy, I'm about to drop this bitch over and get some head.
Okay.
Now I know. Now my mans know I'm not about to drop her over
so
and
my
get some
question
head.
to you is that's cool to say to your friend when you're in a relationship?
Because I thought there was no boundaries.
Awesome.
So are there boundaries?
Yeah, there are boundaries.
Oh, so there are boundaries.
There might be
Okay.
boundaries.
No, I'm
Yeah, okay,
asking.
so there might be
That's okay.
Yo, bestie.
So there's boundaries.
Wait, that's okay in a relationship to make a joke like that? Like what you just said, because you made it like.
It's not. Here's how I look at it. For me, I ain't finna do nothing I don't want my. I'm not gonna do anything that I don't want my girl doing.
But like
To
conversations.
like just make a joke and just say it in your friend group, like you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't want her making that joke in that
So
friend
you
group
wouldn't
either.
do it.
Nah, I'm not about to do that because even subconsciously, I don't want to even think about like I'm not so naive to sit here and think that my girl walks out the house and doesn't think she gonna not see another fine nigga in the street and not probably be like, damn, that nigga fine.
In her head.
In her head. You feel
Yeah,
me? Or
okay.
even say it to her friend, like, girl, that nigga look good.
Yeah, but that's different.
So why is it different?
Yeah,
from me?
that's what I was trying to say before.
So I think
that's what I was trying to say before.
Okay. So with a scenario like that, my whole thing is like, I think that when you're in a relationship, especially on depending on how serious the relationship is, your mindset has to do a little bit of shifting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like you having certain thoughts, like even to me, joking about something like that is immature. Like I feel like
It is.
and I think that's the problem with men. Y'all just be childish as
It just be certain shit like I ain't gonna hold you. I did some childish. I'm gonna show you what childish shit I just did yesterday.
God.
Oh dear.
This
Pause.
is childish as fuck. I swear to God, this is childish
I
as
think
fuck.
it's crazy because it's like On one hand, I could see it being a joke and it's lighthearted and it goes nowhere and you're with your friends. Like, I'm not gonna be a stickler, but for me, it's a real situation. So old boy really got head. So like, that's a real possibility that if you really shot your shot, you might really do that. Versus like a generic, situation.
Would you, if you seen that in your fiance's phone where he was joking about, even in the tone that he just said, like,
no,
I'm about to drop her off and get some head today. Would that be cool?
I have to use context clues.
This brings a total.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yes.
Bestie.
I'm sorry. Wow.
No, she doesn't. I'm about to send it to you. I'm about to show it to you right now.
It looks juicy.
Oh wow.
It looks juicy.
Why would you put what?
And it's just so jokingly, like, it's just like, man, it's some jokey shit. Like,
I think it depends on your person too. Because
that's also important.
You're, big comic, right? So like, I think that, like, I don't think that there's anything wrong. I think where the line should be drawn is like when you are directly, like, when it seems like there's space in your head for someone else.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like that. Like, that is just you talking shit.
Yeah, that's me talking.
And being...
And like you said, you get ready to say, knowing your person.
Yeah. Because, like, to joke about someone giving you head as someone, as a person who's in a committed relationship, like, I feel like that's childish. Like there's no joke in that. Because what if you seen in your girlfriend's phone, like, oh, this nigga got some what do you call it, DSLs. I don't want to be too some how you say fucking lips, right? That's DSL, right?
Why would I see that in my girlfriend's phone?
I'm getting somewhere.
Oh.
Right? Imagine you say she's
because my mama watches
cringing.
This. My daddy too.
Girl,
Imagine, like,
you finna get married.
Yo, imagine you go through your girl's phone and she's talking to her friend like, yo, there's this dude at my job. His lips is beautiful, right? He got some DSLs. That's not gonna make you feel like there's room in your woman's head for another person, whether it's joking or not, whether the tone is joking or not.
That would completely bother me.
Exactly.
That would completely bother me.
Yeah,
why don't men? Why, like, is it a maturity thing? Like,
no, it's
men
not a
don't
maturity
have boundaries.
thing. It's more of a. We know. All right, so hold on. Let me track this. I want to say this.
No, you bring the table back. You bring the table back.
I want to say this correctly, and I don't want to lose my train of thought. So, what it is it's highly more likely for you to be able to get this man to eat your pussy than for me to get this girl to give me head in this car ride.
That is
you feel. So it's
No, I agree. No, I agree with, like, in terms of likelihood, it is.
It's the likely
women can, like,
that's not your bestie. That's Deja to you. That's my bestie and you're my bestie.
I do agree with, like, in terms of likelihoods, it is easier for us to get that than men. It just is. My fiance said the same thing. He said the same thing.
You can literally walk up on that man.
It's true. It is true.
At that job.
I think so.
Bestie.
And say, yo.
Like, I actually do think
so. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you, nigga. You fine as fuck, and
he will be flattered. Where if a man did that to me, I'd be like, oh my God, pepper spray that nigga. And now I'm calling the fucking police. Okay?
Where are the police?
Because I am scared.
Get this
and
nigga.
I need to know, does he have any briars? Like, she's dead ass. Like, for real, because, like, I feel like he did something to somebody else in his neighborhood, and you need to check.
God, bestie.
Yes.
Yes, bro, indeed. This nigga fingerprints. This nigga wanted it 48
If you have any, like, people that called and something happened and couldn't find them, he did it. That's him.
I hear that.
Yeah.
So the likelihood. So when men say it's kind of like one of those things. Like, we'd be like, girl, don't nobody want your nigga. You feel me? It's like one of those, so it can be played off and laughed. Or like women.
I think it depends on the man. Because there are some thirsty. But women.
So then that has the problem to do with you because you're entertaining a man who's easily accessible.
Ooh. Wait, first of all, this is not my scenario.
I know.
No, we're talking generally, yeah.
We're just talking generally.
But I agree. And I was going to say, like, men who joke like that have joked like that before they got with you, are joking like that with you and post you. Like, I just feel like that is stupid and childish. So, because it's wild.
So as a person in a relationship, like, you think that the personal conversations that you're having with your boys, they don't matter.